Welcome to my channel, Sparkles. Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Sparkling Heart. This is a space where you'll find inspiring stories, powerful affirmations, and positive content that will help you attract abundance, success, and happiness into your life. Whether you're here for motivation, career growth, money affirmations, or just a little daily positivity, you're in the right place. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and join me on this journey of transformation. Together, let's create the life we truly deserve.
Back in the early 1990s, Jim Carrey was a struggling actor in Hollywood. He had no money, no job, and very little hope. But he deeply believed in the power of visualization and the law of attraction. One day in 1985, he wrote himself a check for $10 million, dated it for Thanksgiving 1995, and wrote on it, "For acting services rendered." He carried that check in his wallet for years, even when he was broke, struggling, and sleeping in his car. Every night, he would visualize himself acting in big movies, signing autographs, and receiving that exact amount. Fast forward to 1994, just before Thanksgiving 1995, Jim Carrey landed his breakthrough role in Dumb and Dumber. His paycheck? Exactly $10 million. Sparkles Jim Carrey has shared this story in interviews, saying, "You can't just visualize and go eat a sandwich. You have to work hard too. But if you see it, and you believe in it, it will happen." Right finger. This is one of the most powerful real-life examples of how the law of attraction can align dreams with reality when combined with belief and action. Would you like me to create a 20-minute narrated version of this story, with slow pacing, reflections, and lessons, so you can use it for your YouTube channel like we did with Mira's story? You said, "I want you to elaborate the story." ChatGPT said, "Perfect glowing star. Let's expand Jim Carrey's law of attraction story into a longer, inspirational narration style. Something you could use for a 15 to 20-minute YouTube video. I'll add emotions, details, reflections, and lessons along the way." Sparkles Jim Carrey's $10 million check, a true law of attraction story. In the early 1980s, Jim Carrey was not the famous comedian and actor the world knows today. He was just another dreamer in Hollywood, broke, struggling, and full of doubts. He had moved from Canada with big hopes, but reality hit him hard. His family had faced poverty. At one point, they even lived in a van when things were really bad. Jim worked odd jobs to survive, janitor work, small-time comedy gigs. But deep down, he carried a fire, the dream of becoming an actor who could make the whole world laugh. Milky Way. The moment of faith. In 1985, something powerful happened. Jim decided to take a step that seemed silly to many, but to him, it was an act of faith. He pulled out his checkbook and wrote himself a check for $10 million. On the line fork date, he wrote, "Calendar Thanksgiving 1995. On the memo line, he scribbled, "For acting services rendered." This was not just a piece of paper. For Jim, it was a promise to himself and the universe. He folded the check and kept it in his wallet, where it stayed for years, so worn out that it almost tore in half. Railway track. The struggle continued. The check didn't magically make life easy. Jim still went to auditions and faced rejections. He still worked as a stand-up comedian for very little money. He still had days when he questioned if his dream was possible. But here's the difference. Every time he looked at that check, he was reminded of his vision. He didn't just dream, he felt it, saw it, and believed it as if it had already happened. He practiced visualization every day, imagining himself in big movies, seeing his name on billboards, walking into theaters and hearing the audience laugh. This belief gave him energy to keep going, even when the world said no. Clapperboard. Breakthrough moments. By the early 1990s, small opportunities began to show up. He got roles in shows like In Living Color. People started noticing his unique style of comedy. Slowly, the doors of Hollywood began to open. Then, in 1994, almost a decade after he wrote that check, Jim Carrey's life changed forever. That year, he starred in not one, not two, but 3 blockbuster movies. Movie camera. The Mask movie camera. Ace Ventura. Pet detective movie camera. Dumb and Dumber. His performance in Dumb and Dumber especially made him a household name. And guess what? His paycheck for that movie was exactly $10 million, the same amount he had written on his imaginary check 9 years earlier. Folded hands. Thanksgiving 1995. By the time Thanksgiving 1995 arrived, Jim Carrey was no longer the broke dreamer sleeping in his car. He was a millionaire, a rising star, and one of Hollywood's most loved comedians. He took that old, crumpled check out of his wallet, the one that had kept him going for all those years, and realized something profound. Sparkle's the law of attraction had worked. Not because the universe magically handed him money, but because his belief, his vision, and his persistence aligned to bring it into reality. Light bulb lessons from Jim Carrey's story. Jim often tells people, you can't just visualize and then go eat a sandwich. You have to work hard too. The law of attraction is not about sitting and waiting. It's about believing in what you want, visualizing it as if it's already yours, taking inspired action consistently, never giving up, even when life tests you. Jim's story is proof that when you combine belief with effort, the universe bends in your favor. Glowing star closing inspiration. Jim Carrey's $10 million check is not just a story about money. It's a reminder that dreams, no matter how big, can come true. Faith and persistence can turn impossible into possible. The law of attraction works when you truly align your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So ask yourself today, speech balloon, what check would I write to myself? Speech balloon, what dream am I willing to believe in, even when no one else does? Because as Jim's life shows, sometimes all it takes is one vision, one belief, and one promise to yourself, to change your destiny.